Hi guys, how are you today? I hope it's a good day for you. For me, it's been a struggle, of course. It's always a struggle with fibro, isn't it? So I'm really not liking the idea of appearing on camera right now. That's one of the reasons videos have been so slow. I lost a tooth and it's embarrassing, and with the whole lockdown thing, I haven't been able to get in and have my hair cut, and I just don't feel like being on camera. I don't feel like being seen, so I hope you guys will forgive me for not putting out many videos lately and not seeing my face. So because of that, I decided to show you to just work on some English paper piecing that I've been working on. Lately and talk to you guys. Only talking is really hard for me lately. My brain fog is pretty thick. And I get really annoyed having to listen to people too. So I sit quietly in my shed a lot of days and just throw some paint around or stitch something. This tooth that I lost, I went to get it fixed. The dentist told me that he couldn't work on my tooth until I got my blood pressure under control, and that I needed to go to the emergency room right away because it was so high. And he scared me pretty bad, the risks and stuff. So I went to the emergency room, and as I've disclosed before, I don't have insurance. We tried Obamacare for a while and they dropped us. Within months of us getting it, they dropped us. So I don't have insurance, but because he scared me so bad, I went ahead and went to the emergency room like he told me. And the emergency room doctor observed me for an hour, maybe 2. It wasn't very long. And sent me home with a prescription for a diuretic. And so I started taking those, and he gave me a referral to a local clinic. And I made that appointment and went in to see him. The next day I got in to see him because of the whole situation. And he told me that he should be referring me to the emergency room. And I was perplexed by that. I had been to the emergency room the night before with no change in my blood pressure from the night before. And he's telling me that to protect himself, he needed to tell me to go to the emergency room. And it just underlined for me the fact that our medical system is not about patients. It's about protecting doctors and making money. And I'm tired of the whole system. And I have been tired of the whole system since I was a teenager. Because doctors don't listen. They think they know it all. They think they know what's going on in our bodies more than we do. And I could get off on a whole rant here, and I'm not sure if I want to do that. But it's really upsetting to me. And because of that, I don't go to the doctor as much as I should. And because it's so expensive, I avoid any kind of medical procedure. And I think even if I did have insurance, I would still avoid it. Because it's just ridiculous the amount of money that administrators mostly are making. For what expertise do they have? They know how to manage, they know how to basically push paperwork around. And I'm sure the whole the whole system is just messed up. And I think that the middle class citizens are burdened with this more than any other class. So I don't want to participate, but I have no alternative. So if any of you know of alternatives to regular westernized medicine, profiteering, and let me know in the comments. I'd like to start a conversation, and maybe doctors are going rogue and we just need to find those doctors and be able to be seen and heard without profiteering going on. So that's my rant for today. I hope it wasn't too upsetting. So this piece is a background for I think I'm going to just kind of make a square, probably wall hanging size, and then put butterflies on them. I don't know if I'm going to thread paint the butterflies or piece them in some ways. That's my plan for this, and it's just really soothing and enjoyable to just stitch some little hexagons together when I need to relax and space out. So I'm going to continue with the project I started before with the just stretching some watercolor paper. So I'll be back. So here's how I soak my paper. This is just an old dish pan, and this paper's been soaking for 24 hours. And I have my wooden board. There we go. Not quite centered, it's not quite straight, but I think it'll do. So I just let my paper hang for a bit and let it drip, and then I place it one side and then kind of push it down to the other side and then push it out from there. And this is a stapler that my husband uses for masking when he's painting, house painting. So it's a simple stapler. And I start at one edge. And I staple one staple in each side to hold it down, to keep it from and I try to keep the staples at least a 1/4 inch from the edge so they don't pull away so easily. Sometimes the paper shrinks a lot, and sometimes it doesn't shrink so much, and it's hard to tell. And I'm sorry if this is not always showing. I'll try to adjust that real quick. Maybe that's better, I don't know. I try to do the sides first and then the bottom and top. I always go from the middle to the outside. That's just from when I used to stretch canvases or when I stretch my quilts to layer them. That's the process I learned for that. And I continue it on paper. I don't know that it's necessary. Okay, one stretched piece of paper. It's not a complicated process. It's rather simple, and it gets the job done. My paper's so cheap that it still wrinkles when I put the water and the watercolor paper on it. It bubbles, but that's kind of makes interesting effects. So I hope that you're all well. I hope that you are doing the best that you can and getting out and doing some things and enjoying yourself amidst all the pain and fatigue that we experience. And just know that you are loved, and the daily struggle's worth it if we can love one another and be kind. So I think that's it. Toodles.